Hi everyone, Diane here. This is take 3. It's about 8 o'clock at night, Wednesday, January 18th. Don't know why, don't know why my video didn't work out a minute ago or an hour ago. I don't know. I've been trying to get in here all day to make my video, but one thing after another happened, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to be successful this time. Oh, I can see the screen on the computer in my glasses. Okay. What should we start with? Um, I'm getting emails. Going back to last week, I said that if I found some cute stuff on Ravelry or YouTube that I'd report back and be a curator of sorts. It's not necessarily things that I've created myself, of course. It's things that I've found, things that are already out there. And I found a YouTuber. It's called Ronari Crochet, Ronari, Ronari or Ronari Crochet. And it's a coaster. Last week I found a coaster. I don't know why it is that I found a coaster again. And it's with a rug. It's a crocheted one again, and it's with not rug yarn. Remember Aunt Lydia's rug yarn? I used to always have to buy that for my Aunt Joanne. She used to make little bows. She called them bows with rug yarn. She wrapped them around cardboard so many times and then tied it, and it made like a multi stranded bow. And she made tons of them, and she made 2 different sizes or 3 different sizes. And then she would bend a coat hanger, and then she would tie all these bows all the way on, and she made poodles. She made white poodles and black poodles, and they were very cute, and she always needed yarn. And so she worked in Providence, so she would get her yarn probably on her way back from work. But if she needed yarn for the poodles, she'd have me look for Aunt Lydia's rug yarn for her. I used to go to Grant's. We had a Grant's store. I don't know if that's a national chain, but we had a Grant's store in Woonsocket. And when I'd walk home from school, I'd check out the Grant's store and I'd buy her Aunt Lydia's rug yarn. Either there or have to go to one of the, I guess you'd call it a big box store. It was called Warwick Shoppers World. They had it too. And then some of our local discounted like department stores had it. Okay, off on a tangent again. Let me tell you, it wasn't rug yarn that I wanted to say. It was cotton yarn, the peaches and cream cotton yarn. And here is a doggy paw print coaster. I thought it was the cutest thing. I just loved it and wanted to make it immediately when I saw it. So today, after I ate my lunch, I watched her make it while I was eating my lunch, and then I said, I'm going to try it. So I just took a little bit of brown and a little bit of white. It didn't take very much. They were full skeins, and they're still full skeins. I barely used any. I'm going to make 4 of them, though, for a gift. I just love them. So what's nice about that video is that you can sit there and you can crochet along with her, because she goes at a very nice pace, telling you what the next stitch is. I will link her YouTube video in the description box below this video. And she also has the pattern written out in her description box. It's very short because that's only about 1, 2, 3, like 3 rounds, maybe 4 rounds. And then the border. So it's pretty cool. I learned how to make an invisible, what did she call it? Where you end off, usually you would slip stitch and knot it off. It's an invisible end, I guess, I've never done that before in crochet, so that was cool. It was something to be learned there. And also the way she used the treble post was pretty cool. Well, see, here's what the thing looks like without a separate. Looks like half a flower or something without this. I didn't tie my ends off yet. See, the needle's still there. I was working on it. But then I must have got called away from a dog, and then I just grabbed it now for the video. A treble post. I think that's what she called it. Because you can see it's just a post. There's nothing underneath it. But it's to separate the paw pads. I love it. It was ingenious. So, cute, cute. If you saw, well, let's see. Let's do what I didn't do. No acquisitions. I didn't work on my thrummed mittens because just about all of my bamboo needles are chewed up. My dog. My dog. But I have a gift certificate from Joann's. I'm going to get some clover bamboo. I've been knitting with my Chai-Goos. I've been knitting with the Chai-Goo blue set. I like those. I love the red Chai-Goo needles. The reds, as they're called. Okay, I didn't get too far on my shawl. I added this much more. The greens. I did the greens and the gray. I'm up to another gray row now, but I'm happy to report that these, well, I don't know if I'm happy to report it, but these rows are like 200 and, right now I'm up to 296 stitches, so it takes a while to get across and then back. And you do 4 rows of each. You do 4 rows of the color, and then you do 4 rows of the gray. But it's cool. It's coming along. And if you noticed my title called Ho, Half Finished Object, I mentioned my spruce socks last week and how I was excited about making those. And so I have a half finished object because I have 1 sock done. I love them. They fit nice. They feel nice. I got this. Sometimes I can be too tight when I'm carrying, what do you call them? You know, you have to carry, when you're slip stitching in a pattern and you have to carry your yarn over the stitches because you're not using them, you're stitching with the other color for that row. These can get a little tight. And you're supposed to, and some of these had to travel far. And usually you would, if it's color work, you'd mix it with the other color so that you could kind of like bring it along and not have it droop or be too, but there wasn't anything to do that with. So I just kind of paid attention to it and it came out good. They're not, because sometimes they're not right, but it's perfect. It's like, it's not too tight, it's not too loose. And it's fun, and I like it. And so I've got the second one going. Believe it or not, on the first pair, Oliver got a hold of this. And I'm using steel so that he can't wreck this. But he actually chewed the cord, and the cord is like a, it's like a, do they call it knitted? No, they call that cabled. Is it a cable? I don't know what they call it. But it's tough, but he chewed it, and it was all rough. So I thought I would have to get a replacement cable, but turned out I have a little thing that I bought. I bought it for paper crafting. It's sort of like an emery board, but it's a little, it's better than, it's a sander. It's paper sander. That's the easy way to say it. And sometimes for effect you like to sand down the paper, maybe to give it a distressed look and like tear it and sand it. Or sometimes you just, for different reasons, you can use this paper sander. So I used it on that cable cord and it did the trick. I have to be more on my toes with that dog. He gets anything I have, he wants. He wants it desperately. He watches everything I do. And if I get up and leave a room, I have to bring him with me and make sure I close the door. Because he just takes every opportunity to, waits for me to go away, and he sneaks in and sneaks out really fast. I caught him with a ball of yarn was it? He went in this bag. He came in here. This bag was on that table, but it had an end. He yanked it to the floor. It was in between my cutting table and this desk. And he got a ball of yarn out, which is why it is now wound. Oh, it's for my socks. Because, see, I was just knitting off them in this, the original ball, the way they came wound. Well, this came all apart. And he tangled it because he took it out and he ran around the house with it. He ran all through the rooms just to show me he had it. And so I had to get it away from him and untangle it. Do you know how long that took? Oh my goodness, that was last night. But I was watching a movie, so I didn't mind untangling it. Actually, I don't enjoy having to untangle yarn, but I don't mind doing it. So that was my ho, half finished object. I have the second one started, as I started to say, and I can't wait. I've got about 2 more rows, and then I'll be starting the white and putting the trees in. That part goes like you don't want to stop because it's so much fun. Yeah, it's really enjoyable. So, well, that's that for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope to see you again next week. Enjoy the rest of this week and have a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.